Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Thursday, January the 20th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading, problem solving, part 8 with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and from Walmal's. Oh, and if you're wondering why there was a delay, I think on this screen capture program, if I wait about 4 or 5 seconds, then I can use this screen as the thumbnail on the video so you can see what the video is all about. Anyway, Walmal, where did we leave off yesterday? I know we were talking about some different problems and how to solve them. Do you remember?
Yeah, well, we were talking about, this whole idea that, you got to trade what's comfortable for you, and making sure you're inside that envelope of what's comfortable for you. And and at the same time, I'll go into that in a minute, but you just got to make sure that what you're doing makes sense, that it's something that you can do on a daily basis. You can do every single day, because the whole thing is that, trading, I remember way back when, Tiro, just probably going back into your memory banks of 7-8 years ago, you used to go and say on some of your videos, you used to say something along the lines of what you need to do is just, rinse, wash, repeat, or wash, rinse, repeat, and that's what we got to do with trading. We got to make sure it's something that we can wash it, we can rinse it, and we can repeat it over and over and over again. And if we do that, we can go and make a living at this. And, I think it's more difficult to do that if you're going and doing something along the lines that's a little bit outside your comfort zone, maybe a little bit, just doesn't fit your personality correctly, and, you can get yourself into a little bit of trouble there, and so, especially, for new traders, find something that you're comfortable with, find something that you're able to make money with, and then, you say it all the time, and I say it all the time, once you start making money, don't change it. Make money,
Yeah.
That's the important thing. Now, I'm going to contradict myself here for a second, okay, and that is this. I think sometimes what you need to do is do what I know you've taken the last 2 days doing this, and I did this one day this week as well, and that is you have what I call education days. These are days that you go out and you do something a little bit different and try to expand your horizons a little bit. Go out there and try to learn something, and maybe not necessarily even use real money, or if you're going to use real money, do it with a mini lot, something that's not going to really affect your account, but learn something new. And I think that's just as important because, you could be missing the boat on something. So you do need to go and, don't get yourself into a tunnel, because the problem with being in a tunnel is sometimes you get that, that famous expression of tunnel vision. And the only thing you see is what's directly in front of you. And the next thing you know, some train comes around the other side of the corner and runs you over flat, because the market changes.
Oh,
so, yeah. Make sure that you're expanding, and that's what we got to do is just make sure we're expanding. So like today, I made some money today, what I needed to make. And, you've been working on, a new thing that, this whole idea of, trading the dots and, this indicator too. I think you mentioned it in a video a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's an old thing, not a new thing.
Yeah, it's a new old thing, and I've been playing with it a little bit. So yeah, I made a little bit of money this morning, made what I needed to make for the day, and now I'm having an education day. I'm playing with it, learning from it, asking you silly questions, but that's how we learn, right? We ask questions, and I'll bring that up, in the comment section, use that, because, either you or myself or some other trader may be able to answer a question that's that would help other people out, and it's sort of like, prefer to have those answers out there or questions out there, because the thing is, if you have that question, there's a good chance that somebody else has the question, and it'll help more people by doing that.
Yeah, one of the things I read recently, and it's something along the lines of, you can do something right 100 times in a row, but all it takes is doing something wrong once, and you can wipe out all of your gains.
Yep, it's exactly right. And what's really, I don't remember what the numbers are, but it was a staggering number. It takes something like 21 times to go and do something a particular way to develop a habit. And it only takes like 2 or 3 times to break the habit, so, and trading can be a habit. And what we need to do is go and create good habits and just build on it and build on it and build on it. So, yeah, you're exactly right. If you do something wrong, I saw a guy, it was a video, and I think you saw this video as well, go back, probably 6-9 months ago, where this guy, profitable trader, making literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and in one afternoon, because of stupid mistakes, he went and blew $100,000 account, it's in one afternoon, it's like, and it can happen because, we just don't do what we're supposed to do. And he did some classic stupid things, he actually admitted on the video that he had gone out partying and he probably was not in the right mindset to be actually trading, but he got so much pride and hubris out there that he thought he was invincible, and I'll tell you right now, the moment you become invincible, or at least you think you're invincible, get ready for the fall.
Yeah. Well, one thing, I'm just scanning through the charts here. There was something, the Walmal line, let's see. This needs to get updated. Something's not refreshing properly for some strange reason. Oh, I know. I switched brokers, I think is what happened. So I got to go through and refresh all the charts. Walmal line would have paid off this hour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so,
nice.
part of the thing about that one mistake can wipe out, all your gains from the previous 100 profitable trades, is focusing, on the one thing, keeping it simple, because what can happen is, and we talked about this, I think we weren't on the video, but I have so many methods that I've come up with and, learned other people's things. I can find a reason to go long. I can find a reason to go short at almost any time. Like right now, price is dropping down to the 30. Well, that could be a reason to go short. Like if I flip over probably to the M1 chart. Yeah, see, that could be a reason to go short. But if I look somewhere else, I probably have a reason to go long or stay long. Like we broke across the highest open. A reverse holo is like what you like to trade sometimes.
Right.
I'm looking at indicator 2 on my multimeter. It's all, showing me long across the board. So it's just real important to kind of like not mix signals. It's like if you take a recipe for chocolate chip cookies and then you take a recipe for apple pie, if you combine them, I don't think it's going to be that good.
It may be sweet, but it may not be good. It could be a mess.
Who knows? Maybe somebody will try and go, "Hey, RumpleOne, that was really good. Chocolate chip cookie apple pie, man. You should try it."
Yeah, and the thing is, that's why you have education days.
Yeah. Maybe I should have said chocolate chip cookies and your grandma's lasagna recipe. Now there's something that probably wouldn't taste too good.
It wouldn't fly, yeah. but the thing is, you have education days, but just make sure you don't develop bad habits in that process too, or because it's just that, it's an education day.
Yeah.
And part of education days, I think, is that what you need to do is get back to your roots of what makes you money too.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a good way to have a reset.
Yeah, and just to kind of wrap up my thought there, the reason why I was talking about not mixing methods is because you're going to mess up your results, your overall results, and then your focus is going to be split, your attention's going to be split, and you're just going to probably wind up making a mess. So it's just really important because, see, when you talk about habits, they found out the biggest thing about habits, or one of the big things about a habit is your environment. So if your chart has 20 different signals on it, you're probably going to get into a mess. If your chart has just one signal on it, maybe 2, 3 tops, for confirmation, then chances are you'll probably do okay. I mean, it's, for example, one of the things I've been looking at is just trading with 3 horizontal lines, or just the daily open, the previous day's high, previous day's low, and you just take the trades based on those lines. And then of course you can always, crank it up to also include the weekly open, high, low, and the monthly open, high, low, and just have those few lines on the chart. And let's see, I guess that's on a different template, but just trading. And then, like if it's above the daily high, just only go long. Don't even think about going short, even though because you could say, well, what about your rat trades? I go, yeah, but this is something different. I'm looking at things differently. I'm not thinking about the rat. So it's paying attention to and focusing in on just that one thing and putting everything else off to the side.
Yeah, that makes sense. But a lot of times I'll go and say to traders, look at your chart, look at everything that's on your chart, and then make it. Can you go and name everything that's on your chart and what it does and why you need it there? And if the answer to any of those questions is no, get it off your chart.
Yeah.
Just get it off your chart. Simplify things. And I think that's one of the biggest things that traders mess up is their charts just become so complex and so convoluted with so many different things that, even if you could look at everything, you're bouncing around all over the place. You don't need that.
Yeah.
What you need to do is pick a method, stick to the method, perfect the method, make money. That's really all you need to do.
Yeah, because if you're watching this video, I have this on a chart where it just broken across a couple of high lines and they just got erased because they were crisscrossed, so or crossed. So that just, do I need those lines? Well, it kind of tells me where, if I was in a trade and it hits that line and it doesn't cross that line, it looks like it's pulling back, I might want to exit the trade. But in this case, going back to that one thing where it says a simple method will always beat, your human decision making in real time. Because there's just so many factors when you try and make these decisions. So if all I said was, well, so long as the dots stay aqua, I'm just going to sit in the trade. And where was that first entry at, Walmal? What?
It was down at 5.8.
Well, yeah, but then we got a magenta dot, but then we came back in and got a second trigger around 18 or so.
Right.
Actually, that trigger was technically it was at 23.
20.
Yeah, 23.6 here, but that's still worth 14.9 pips.
Yep. Nice little trade. I kind of like the idea with that type of method that you're playing around with right now, because it is stress free, because you just follow the dots, just do what the dots tell you to do, But my personality is, because I got to be constantly doing something, it's not necessarily the best way for me to trade, because I just feel like, okay, I got to be doing something. And next thing you know, you get yourself into trouble because of that type of thinking. And then you go and mess with the method. And that's why a method could be profitable for you and not profitable for me, because my personality doesn't match with it. And so I'm going to go and think around with it and make mistakes and do things I shouldn't do. Whereas you, on the other hand, could sit there and just methodically go and follow the method because it suits who you are. And that's what we have to all answer as traders. This problem solving, that's what it is solving that problem. Who are we? And you follow it.
Right. Well, guess what? The fastest 15 minutes in trading is over once again. So, boys and girls and non-binary traders out there, I hope maybe something from our little discussion today you can take away and use and make yourself a little more profitable. Because remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.